Hello everyone, class 10 economics. This is my channel on which I am going to discuss economics chapter 4, which is globalization. Already 2 videos I have made. This is my third video, and today I am going to discuss that how MNC interlink production in various countries of the world. As I have already told you that MNCs, multinational corporations, they play a very important role in the process of globalization, and they have made possible to spread their production and sell their products in various countries. And how they do so? By dividing their production activity in simpler forms and in different parts, and then it is spread in various locations, and they do so to cut down their production cost and make more money. And what the local other countries or the local producers get through them, that also we have I have discussed, but once again I will tell you. So how they spread production and how they expand the market and acquire the market in other countries of the world. So we have seen that MNCs set up production where they find cheaper raw materials, cheap labor, and those places which are closer to the markets, and where they get skilled and unskilled labor, raw material, etc. So MNCs, what we have seen in an example, that MNCs, they found in China cheap locations, and that is why they made their components of their product there, and then it is assembled in a country which is closer to the market, and where the availability of other factors of production is assured or they easily get. So we see that MNCs look for government policies also. Means those policies of the government or in those countries where they get encouragement, where they look, where the government law is flexible, and they provide them security and other things. Policies are flexible, which give them more avenues to expand their business and make money, and in a country where they could provide jobs also, and look after their interest also. So we will read more about the policies in the chapter, later in the chapter, ki how, what they see in the countries, and how the governments provide, what the governments of various countries provides them to make them able to continue with their production. So having assured, when they become assured that these conditions, the raw material, labor, and government policies are flexible, then MNCs, they set up factories and their offices for production. The money that is spent by MNCs to buy assets such as land, buildings, machines, and other equipment is called investment. And if these investments are done by MNCs in other countries, it is called foreign investment. When we buy property, land in our own country to use it in future, not for present consumption, then it is called investment. But when same type of thing is done by the MNCs in our country or in other country, then it is called foreign investment. So any investment we do in the hope of that these assets will make us to earn more money in future. So why people invest? People invest that in future that investment will bring them more money, or it will give them better return. So MNCs set up production. So what are the various ways through which they interlink or expand their production? Number one, MNCs, they jointly collaborate with the local companies. First way that they acquire that they follow is they do joint venture with the local companies of those countries where they go with their product. And what the local producers or local company gets through them, when MNCs jointly collaborate with them, they provide them money, they make investment, they bring technology, new technology, new machines for faster production. So in this way, local production houses or local companies also get benefited through them. Second way through which MNCs expand their production is they buy the local company. So this is the most common route that the MNCs follow to expand their production and interlink production and spread it in various countries. So what they do, they buy the local companies. This is the most common route that they acquire because they come with huge wealth. They have too much wealth. So one example is here in the book that how Cargill Foods of America, an MNC, it came to India and bought the Parag Food, local Parag Food Indian company, and then through the Parag Food it acquired the market and got the control over all the networking that Parag Food was having in India. So in this way we have seen that two ways we have discussed. First one is they jointly collaborate, second one is they buy the local companies, and third they place orders before the local companies or local producers of footwears, woolens, garments, shoes, etc., then sports items, etc. So in these are the several ways through which MNCs control production. So large MNCs in developed countries, what we see that they place orders for production to small producers of those countries where they have gone to expand their market. Like garment manufacturer, footwear manufacturer, sport items manufacturers, they get orders from the MNCs. And then when the product is complete or made or finished or the order is completed, then they provide it or give it to the MNCs. Then all related decisions are taken by the MNCs regarding the price, quality, delivery, etc. is determined, and labor conditions, etc. are done or controlled by these MNCs. The products are supplied by the local companies to the MNCs and which they sell under their own brand name. Means due to the brand name, the customers, the consumers, they show their eagerness or they go to buy these products. Otherwise, if it will be sold on the name of local production houses, local companies, then it might not bring or fetch higher prices or more prices. But when it is sold through the MNCs, it becomes costlier and it draws more crowd than before. More consumers get attracted towards the production or towards the product sold under the name of their brand, the MNC's brand. Thus we see that there are a variety of ways in which the MNCs spread their production or control production in various countries or interact with local producers in various countries, in different countries of the world. And by setting up partnership with local companies, so these are the ways, means by jointly collaborating or setting up partnership with the local companies, by using the local companies for supply, by placing them orders by closely competing with the local companies, providing them machines and new technology, and they influence the local companies or buy the local companies also. because of their wealth they become powerful, or they have power that through which they influence or put pressure on the local producers, and in this way production in these widely dispersed location is interlinked. In this way they spread their production in too many distant countries, and the production is interlinked because of the decisions that they are free to take on their own and control the price as well as the quality and delivery of the products and services. So in today's video, what I discussed with you is how MNCs control and interlink production in various countries of the world, and why they do so. They do so to bring down their cost of production, to sell more products in various countries and control the market, to make more money or increase their profit. Now next topic is that is interlinking production across countries, that I am going to discuss in my next video. Okay, so for today, thank you all of you for joining the video, and must watch it carefully. It will help you to understand the chapter in a proper way. Thank you everyone.